Hi, I'm Cory Campbell at the Institute on Governance. Welcome to IOG Gov Talks. Let's get started. I'm here with senior researcher Mike Fleet to discuss the IOG's multi-year project in Iraq on fiscal federalism and decentralization. So Mike, tell me about this project.
So through the IOG, Canada is supporting a decentralization of a more capable provincial governments that are better equipped to provide basic services to the people of Iraq. The project, which began in 2015, supports a federal and democratic Iraq by working with the different levels of government to help define the roles and responsibilities and the accountabilities as defined in the Iraqi constitution. The first stage of the project was rolled out over a period of 3 years. The first element focused on the government institutions and working through the decision-making processes and practices that affect fiscal federalism and decentralization. This involved working with the executive, the legislative, and judicial branches of government, as well as looking at the interactions between the ministries and the governorates themselves. The second element targeted the individual actors within these institutions and broader civil society. So the prime activity involved intensive training and knowledge sharing between elected and appointed public figures, as well as members of civil society organizations, and how they can work together better and support the institutions that can provide better services to the people of Iraq. The next section of the project, also funded by Global Affairs Canada, continues to work via three main components. So the first is a gender component, where we work with civil society organizations and female politicians on better practices for advocacy and government accountability. For example, this involves the launch of our women cohorts, which is where we work with women at the federal and provincial levels, as well as different CSO leaders, on getting them together to provide advice and knowledge sharing on how they can work together for advocacy and become more effective actors in a decentralized Iraq. Second is a leadership development and capacity building. So how we do this is that we've been working with the University of Karbala to help establish the Center of Excellence. And lastly, involving institutions, which focuses on the pilot projects in the governorates, Diwani Maison, where we assist in the decentralization process from the federal government to the provincial governments.
That sounds really interesting. So why is the IOG involved?
Overall, the project is meant to have the ultimate outcome of increased support of a sustainable, federal, and democratic Iraq, with senior public service executives in the government of Iraq, the Kurdish regional government, and some governorates having increased ability to lead in this ongoing transformation. The IOG has a wealth of expertise of individuals who understand how government operates in a federal structure, as well as the politics involved. What we offer in Iraq is providing nuanced advice and assistance in working with the Iraqi government on the federal process and how that in turn can provide good governance.
Thank you, Mike. For more on the work that the IOG does internationally, go to iog.ca.